The man gently threw a dart, but his wife beside him cried out in pain. He quickly stepped forward to check her, but found no wounds. His wife tried to comfort him, saying it must have been just an illusion. However, when the wife threw her first dart and hit the target, the man felt an unprecedented pain and finally understood that what Jack had said was true. The targets had corresponding body parts. Hitting a specific area would cause the other person to feel pain in that area. Despite this realization, he was still furious. As a doctor, he couldn't believe in something without scientific basis. He approached Jack to question what tricks he had used, but Jack calmly repeated, "The game will end once all darts are off target." In other words, as long as all throws miss, the game is over. But now his wife was leading in points, and if he missed all his throws, he would lose the game. He didn't know what punishment awaited the loser. He could only tell his wife about missing, and she responded gently. As they continued throwing, the man suddenly recalled a fleeting shadow from earlier. If he lost, would he also be hanged? Thinking this, he picked up his sixth dart and pretended to slip, successfully hitting the target. His wife immediately began to suffer in pain. The man nervously rushed forward to embrace his wife, who said she was fine, but blood was already flowing from her mouth. It was now his wife's turn to throw. The moment she threw the dart, blood stained the corner of her mouth, and she accidentally hit the target. Not only did her score double, but so did the pain. The man clutched his eyes and rolled on the ground, while his wife kept apologizing. Enraged, the man felt that his wife had done it on purpose. He picked up the dart from the ground with a dark face. His wife noticed his distress and begged him not to hit the stomach target because she was pregnant. Hearing this, the man somewhat calmed down. He hugged his beloved wife, showed a gentle expression, and prepared to throw the final dart. But at the moment he threw the dart, he remembered gossip from his wife's best friend at their wedding, which seemed to suggest that his wife was already remarried. The man felt a chill instantly but couldn't call off the wedding to save face. His wife explained that it was just her best friend who had the same name, and that she had always loved him deeply. However, the man didn't believe her and forcefully took his wife's last dart. Jack also stated that it was within the rules. As the man was about to throw, his wife explained that the gossip was about her namesake best friend. The man then recalled details from the conversation and wondered if he had really wronged his wife. He nervously stepped forward to grab his wife, and the dart in his hand accidentally struck her. His wife angrily grabbed the dart, intending to end the farce, but the man struggling caused the dart to slip from his hand. In that instant, she remembered everything, their acquaintance, falling in love, getting married, and then both of them falling off a cliff during their honeymoon. The dart she released hit the bullseye, and the man fell to the ground in pain. Jack announced the victory to the wife, and the man hurriedly pulled out the dart, wanting to have a rematch, but his wife stopped him, realizing they were already dead. Jack also confessed the purpose of the game. They were here to determine whether the deceased would reincarnate or fade into nothingness. As Jack apologized, the man recalled everything, from the gossip with the best friend. He had grown suspicious of his wife because she not only sent messages late at night but also didn't answer unknown calls. On the way to their honeymoon, the man had a breakdown. He wanted to grab his wife's phone to check, leading to a car accident where both of them fell off the cliff. The man knelt on the ground in despair, realizing he had destroyed his own child. He held onto Jack's foot, pleading for God's salvation, but Jack was only a judge and couldn't save him. The man broke down, wanting to wash away the guilt of killing his child. He cursed his innocent wife, blaming her for everything, even doubting if the child was his. His wife looked at the man, who had changed, in disbelief. He used to be so bright. How did he fall to this level? Is human nature really so fragile? The wife slowly turned around and said, "You guessed right. I had already cheated on you a long time ago." Then she ridiculed him, saying he wasn't worthy of her. The enraged man picked up a dart, aiming to stab his wife, but Jack intervened, restraining the man and saying the game was over. With Jack's guidance, the wife faded into nothingness. The game ended, and other administrators gradually appeared. After reviewing the judgment, Annie had a different opinion. How can we decide that she fades into nothingness based solely on the wife's side of the story? As a woman, her intuition and certain details prove that the child was the man's, and her final aggressive words must have been to relieve the man's guilt of killing their child. This seemed to touch upon Jack's knowledge gap. Is this love? Did I really misjudge? Jenny responded, "Everyone can make mistakes. Don't overlook the emotional details that humans display. This is the standard for judges." In fact, Jenny probably understands that it was a misunderstanding, but a man who can't trust his wife won't be happy even if they stay together. And the wife's infidelity is a given fact with no room for debate, so theoretically, this judgment is not wrong.